I think that it showed me that there were characters being played everywhere. That, that as an actor you play characters, and then if you go deep enough into those characters, you realize that your own character is pretty thin to begin with, and then you suddenly have this separation and go, well, who's Jim Carrey? Oh, he doesn't exist, actually. There's just a relative manifestation of consciousness appearing, and then somebody gave him a bunch of ideas. They gave him a name and a religion and a nationality, and he clustered those together into something that's supposed to be a personality. And it doesn't actually exist. And none of that stuff, if you drill down, is real.
It's lonely to wake up when you recognize you're not your routine, you're not your title,
without my fame.
And it's not lonely because you're too complicated. It's lonely because everyone else is just as complicated. And most people aren't even awake, or they're not awake in the moment that you meet them, or even if they're awake, they speak a different language. Basically, you realize that finding yourself, or this process, is something only you can do. And people can give you tips and tricks, but the work falls on you. And that's a lot, and that's lonely. This process of finding yourself, of waking up, it's not a new struggle. Finding yourself is a recent way of saying it. Ego death is an older way of saying it, or you can go all the way back to religion, and they'd say that there's a spark of divine in all of us. And I say this not to be religious, but help you see that you're not alone. This is ancient. And we've tricked our kids into thinking that this is an easy process. We were tricked into thinking this was easy. But letting go of who the world thinks you are is not easy. There's security in tying yourself to an identity, to a purpose or something. It simplifies you. And more importantly, it simplifies others. But here's the truth. You were something before you got that job. You were something before you became a parent or picked up a hobby. You were something. And by the way, you're awesome for having those gears, for learning those kind of modes to switch into. You need to be more responsible in front of your kid. You need to be more formal and disciplined in work. I'm not saying you shouldn't build yourself into something. Do make yourself a strong, dependable person, or a soft, caring person. Build that reputation, that rapport with people. You need to function. But don't get lost in that identity. It was never you. It was just what you built. So when you fail, know that you are not that failure. You are simply the person that sought to build or sought to find something and it didn't work out, no matter how personal the failure. Nor are you your successes. You are simply, always and forever, the person that sought to build or to find something. And this body you have, this reputation you've built, these expectations you've curated, is simply the machine you've built for whatever purpose. Nothing in this world is personal. Any comment made about you is only about your machine. And that is why you're strong and adaptable. That is how you've survived. But it's lonely. It's hard to find the language to announce yourself, to present yourself to the world. And it's hard to find the people with the ears to hear your language. I'm sorry you were told that it should be easy. I'm sorry I was told that it'd be easy. But I'm so grateful for the people who showed me that it wasn't. So before I leave you with that, I want to give you an exercise to try and help you kind of get rid of ego. And the exercise is very simple. You make a list, and on one side you say I have, the other side you say I am. And you list out all the things. I have a car, I have a house, I have kids, I have a wife, I have whatever. I am a dad, or I am strong, I am tall, I am smart, I am stupid, I am flawed, I'm like all the failures as well, like everything, put everything onto the page. And then you go through each line and you recognize that you're none of these things. You go through each. I'm not strong. My body's strong, maybe, compared to who, whatever. But like, am I strong? It's like, that's a different question. Even if I am strong, it's just like, no, your mind, you've built resilience in certain situations. Is that general strength? Like, you're going to have weak moments. Or you're going to say you're weak, and then you're going to read off why you're not weak, that that's not part of you, that you have weak moments and you have strong moments, and that is you interacting with this body, that is you interacting with this body who's interacting with the world. It's a convoluted equation, but you, the true you, is separate from every I you can imagine. So that's the exercise. I am, listed out. I have, listed out. And you're not any of these things. You are separate. You're a different thing. Recognizing that's important and can be painful. It's painful. Never mind, it's not can be, it is. It's hard. But it gives you freedom. It lets you play it. And it lets you take things less seriously. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.